This presentation explains about the feedback amplifiers. What are the different types of feedback amplifiers, like negative feedback amplifiers, positive feedback amplifiers? What are the advantages, disadvantages, and how the parameters like input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain, etc. vary as feedback is provided. To the feedback amplifiers, an amplifier in which a fraction of the output of is injected into the input is known as feedback amplifiers. Now if you consider this block diagram, this is the amplifier and the amplifier output is available here. A fraction of this output is fed back to the input through a feedback network having a feedback gain of beta, and this feedback output is here either it is added or subtracted with the input, and the resulting output of this after summation or subtraction that will be available at the input of the amplifier. Therefore, this is a general block diagram of a feedback network. If the feedback signal is added with the input signal, that we call it as a positive feedback. Instead of that one, if the feedback signal is subtracted from the input signal, then we call it as negative feedback. Now, depending upon whether the feedback signal adds or subtracts with the input signal, they are classified as positive feedback amplifiers and second negative feedback amplifiers. And positive feedback amplifiers means that the feedback signal, it may be either voltage or current. The feedback signal can be either you can tap the voltage of the output or you can tap current also. The feedback signal is if it is in phase with the input signal or aids with the input signal, positive feedback increases. That is, in positive feedback, the feedback signal is adding with the input signal, and positive feedback increases the gain of the amplifier, but that is, it is not, stability is less in the case of positive feedback. Instability and distortion are the disadvantages of positive feedback amplifiers. In a positive feedback amplifiers is the, as we have seen here the input signal is there and the output signal, a portion of the output signal is fed back to this one. You can see that one, this is in phase to the input signal, both are in phase. That is why this is called a positive feedback. The feedback signal is added with the input signal, the resultant output is given to the amplifier. Therefore, this is a positive feedback amplifier, in which the one important application of the positive feedback amplifier is the oscillators. Oscillators is having a positive feedback amplifiers. Therefore, this is a positive feedback amplifier. Let us see the negative feedback amplifier. In negative feedback amplifier, the block diagram is shown here, in which here this is the amplifier and this is the feedback network. From the output, we are tapping either voltage or current, and that is feedback signal is given to the input. Either it is in this case, this is subtracted from the input. In negative feedback, the output of the feedback signal is subtracted from the input, and we can see that one is the phase information. This phase is opposite to the signal input. Therefore, this is a negative feedback, and in negative feedback, the feedback signal, either voltage or current, is out of phase with the input signal and opposes with. Therefore, this signal is 180 degree out of phase with this input signal, and or we can say that this signal is subtracted from the input signal. The resultant signal is given to the amplifier. Therefore, amplifier introduces a phase shift of 180 degree. In this case, amplifier is introducing a phase shift of 180 degree to the circuit, while the feedback network is designed so as to introduce zero phase shift, so that here a 180 degree shift is in common emitter amplifier. If you consider, output is 180 degree shifted of input, then this feedback is, in this case, feedback is providing a zero phase shift, so that this output is 180 degree out of phase the input. Therefore, amplifier introduces a phase shift of 180 degree into the circuit, and feedback network is designed so as to introduce 0 degree phase shift. Feedback voltage, that is the VF, is 180 degree out of phase with the input voltage, that is Vs. This signal is 180 degree out of phase, this one. And here the negative feedback reduces the gain of the amplifier. Unlike positive feedback, that's only the disadvantage. Like gain is getting reduced in the case of a negative feedback amplifier. However, there are a lot of advantage for the negative feedback circuits, like of course reduction in the distortion. Distortion is reducing much. Then stability is enhancing, stability is increasing, and increase the bandwidth. The frequency at which it is can operate at that bandwidth, that is increasing, and increase the input impedance. That is a plus point, and output impedance is getting reduced. That's also a plus point, or it's an advantage, and noise is getting reduced. Therefore, these are a lot of advantage for a negative feedback amplifiers. Only small disadvantage or little disadvantage, if you can consider, it is the voltage gain is getting reduced as a negative feedback is provided. Therefore, negative feedback is normally used in amplifiers. In amplifiers, we are using a negative feedback and in which the stability is enhancing and distortion is reduced. Like a lot of advantages are there for a negative feedback amplifier. So for a negative feedback amplifier, the feedback signal is 180-degree out of phase the input signal, so that we are subtracting the signal with this one, and you'll be getting that is the input to the amplifier. Continuing the negative feedback, in which the block diagram is shown this one. This is the amplifier with a gain A, and output it is feedback, and the feedback factor is beta, is the feedback factor, and the feedback signal, which is beta times V0, is the output is coming here. That is called the feedback voltage VF. That is subtracted from the input signal is equal to Vs. Therefore, Vs minus Vf, that is the input to the amplifier Vi. Vi equal to Vs minus Vf, and V0 is the output voltage. Therefore, this is a block diagram of a negative feedback amplifier, and that is represented like this one also. It is same thing with a gain A and the feedback factor beta, and it is subtracted from the input. Therefore, this is another symbolic representation of a negative feedback amplifier. Now, to calculate the voltage gain of a negative feedback amplifier, let us see first one. The input to the amplifier Vi equal to, what is that? Vs minus Vf. Vs minus Vf. Or we can say that Vi equal to Vs minus Vf is nothing but beta times V0. This is V0 and this is beta. Beta times V0 is the Vf, feedback voltage. Therefore, beta times V0, Vi minus beta. Or V0 is equal to, V0 is nothing but V0 equal to A times Vi. A times the input voltage to the amplifier. Therefore, we are A times Vi. Substituting for V0 in this equation, we will be getting, it is equal to V0 equal to here, V0 equal to A times Vi is this one. Vi equal to Vs minus beta, for Vs minus beta times V0. Therefore, V0 equal to A times Vs minus beta V0. And grouping to the V0 here, V0 into V0 plus beta AB plus V0 equal to A times Vs. Therefore, the total gain of this negative feedback voltage gain is given by V0 divided by Vs. Output voltage equal to V0 and the input voltage is equal to Vs. V0 by Vs is the total gain of the negative feedback amplifier, this feedback amplifiers. Therefore, V0 by Vs is given by, from this equation we can get as V0 by Vs is given by A divided by 1 plus A beta. Therefore, the gain is given by A divided by 1 plus A beta. That is the gain with feedback, AF. That's represented as AF. AF is equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. Because of this A beta here, feedback factor, the gain is reducing because this will be more than 1. So that the gain, the feedback gain AF will be always less than A in the case of a negative feedback. For A divided by 1 plus A beta equal to AF, that's the voltage gain of a negative feedback amplifier. And A beta, this A beta, what we call it as, normally we call it the loop gain. The product of amplifier gain and the feedback gain, A beta, that we call it as loop gain. The gain of this loop, that's loop gain. And always here, the gain of this with feedback AF will be less than the gain without feedback. Look, that is very clear from this equation. That is, gain with negative feedback will be less than the gain with the without feedback. Therefore, AF will be always less than A. That is the one of the disadvantage of a negative feedback circuit. Gain is getting reduced. One of the advantage of negative feedback amplifiers is that stability, voltage stability enhances. Already we had derived the gain of an amplifier with feedback AF equal to A divided by 1 plus A beta. Normally the beta value will be very large, or the product A beta will be much higher than 1. The product A beta will be much higher than 1, and AF can be approximately equal to A divided by A beta, or it is equal to 1 by beta. So gain with feedback is equal to 1 by beta. Beta is the feedback factor. Beta is not, it is called a feedback factor, and as we can see here, this is a input signal, feedback signal. This is the input minus feedback is the Vi to the amplifier. That V0 we are this is a feedback we are feeding back from this point as a 2 voltage divider circuit like that one, R1 R2. Therefore the whatever the voltage that is fed back, VF is given by V0 divided by R1 plus R2 into R2. Therefore that is the feedback. Therefore the feedback factor is given by R2 divided by R1 plus R2. This is the feedback factor. Feedback voltage equal to V0 into R2 divided by R plus R2, or beta times V0. The feedback factor equal to R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Therefore here, since these factors, these are all constants, R2, R1, R2 goes 1 by beta. Beta will be a constant. Therefore, the overall gain does not depend upon the transistor parameters, and that can be controlled by the feedback circuit. By controlling the feedback beta value, you can control the overall gain of the amplifier. Therefore, AF is approximately equal to 1 by beta. Thus, the negative feedback improves the stability, though the voltage gain is reduced. Though the voltage gain is reduced, like A divided by 1 plus A beta, because of this feedback, voltage gain is slightly reducing, or that is getting reduced, but the stability is increasing much in the case of a negative feedback amplifier. That's one of the advantage of negative feedback amplifiers. Voltage stability enhances. Now let us see the feedback connections types. Now, based on the type of sampling and based on the type of mixing, this is called sampling and this is called mixing. Either you can sample voltage or you can sample current from the output. Similarly, in the input side, either you can mix the voltage, or that we call it as series mixing, or you can mix the current, that is called shunt mixing. Therefore, this is the mixing is at the input side and sampling is decided at the output side. Therefore, based on the type of the sampling and the type of mixing, there are 4 ways of connecting the feedback signal. Feedback signal can be connected in 4 ways. First one is that voltage series feedback. Voltage series feedback means you are sampling the voltage. Voltage is sampled from this one, and mixing is series. It is here that is voltage sampling and series mixing. Here voltage is sampled from this one, and the mixing is you are adding the voltage in series to the input voltage. Therefore, it is a series mixing, and here voltage is sampled. That is why this connection we call it as voltage series feedback. Voltage sampling and series mixing. Voltage is sampling and mixing is in series. Second one is that voltage shunt feedback. Voltage shunt feedback, again you are sampling the voltage, but this mixing is as a shunt. Current is mixing. Therefore, here if you see the voltage is sampling, that is you are sampling from the output voltage you are sampling, and here the correspondingly if you see that one, this is the amplifier in this case, and this is the feedback circuit. Amplifier means output will be a voltage and input also voltage. This is a voltage gain, and similarly here voltage is sensing and here voltage is giving, or this is also a voltage ratio, that beta is a voltage ratio. But coming to this one, here voltage shunt feedback, that is voltage sampling and current shunt mixing. You are sensing the voltage and you are mixing the current. Therefore, the current you are mixing, therefore here the current is shunt, as a shunt it is. Therefore, in this amplifier, current is the input and output is the voltage. Therefore, the gain of this amplifier, you can say that voltage divided by the current. It is the ratio of the actually the resistance, which we call as RM. We call it as, it is the output voltage divided by the input current. That is the this gain of this amplifier. That is RM. Or here sensing the voltage to the feedback circuit, and your output of the feedback circuit is the current. Or we are mixing is in shunt and sampling is the voltage. That is the second type. Third type is current series feedback. Current series feedback means the signal that is sensing from the feedback circuit, that is here sampling is current and mixing is voltage. Therefore, your here current is sensed from the output, that is sampling is the current and mixing is the voltage. This is the voltage mixing that is added with the input. Current sampling and voltage mixing. Therefore, voltage is the input to the amplifier, but output of the amplifier is the current. Therefore, this ratio is equal to current divided by voltage. Therefore, this is a conductance GM. It's actually this amplifier can be conductance amplifier, and that's called represented as GM. Therefore, this is we say that one it is equal to current series feedback amplifiers. And the last one is that current shunt feedback. In this case, out from the output we are sensing the current. Therefore, the sampling is the current and the mixing is at the input side. Mixing is also current sampling and shunt mixing. Therefore, shunt mixing means current is mixing. Therefore, here to the input of this amplifier, current is the input and output also current output and current input. Therefore, this is the current gain AI. This is the current gain. Therefore, this is the general block diagram of a current shunt feedback. That is current sampling and shunt mixing. Therefore, based upon the type of the sampling and the type of the mixing, there are 4 types of feedback circuit. One we call voltage series feedback, voltage shunt feedback, current series feedback, and current shunt feedback. Let's first consider a voltage series feedback. Now, what is the equation for the input impedance? For a voltage series feedback is shown block diagram. Here an amplifier output is a voltage and input is also voltage. That's actually it is AV, V0 divided by VA, but it's represented as A only. It is actually AV, voltage gain. And the output of this voltage V0 is fed back to the feedback circuit, and beta, which is equal to the VF divided by V0, that is the feedback factor. And this voltage beta times V0 is the input feedback to the circuit, that is subtracted from this input Vs minus this much is equal to Vi. Therefore, this is the feedback, negative feedback circuit in which sampling is the voltage and mixing is the series. That is called, it is called voltage series feedback circuit. Now let us derive the equation for the input impedance. Input impedance means looking from the input side, what is the impedance offered? And then here it is equal to Vs is the input voltage and current equal to Ii. Vs divided by Ii is the input impedance with feedback. ZIF equal to Vs divided by Ii. But Vs can be written as, we can say that Vi equal to Vs minus Vf, or Vs equal to Vi plus Vf. Vi plus Vf, that is Vs. That divided by the input current Ii is the ZIF. Now here ZIF equal to Vi. Vf is what the feedback voltage is given by, which is equal to output voltage times the feedback factor, beta times V0. We are substituting for beta times V0 in this equation, beta times V0, and that beta times V0 is nothing but it is equal to Vi into A. That is why we are beta times A times Vi. That is, we can get it as it is equal to Vi into 1 plus A beta divided by Ii. Therefore, that is the impedance with feedback. ZIF equal to Vi into 1 plus A beta divided by Ii, or Vi by Ii, that is the input voltage or at the input of the amplifier divided by input current. That is Zi. Without feedback, the impedance is given by Zi. Therefore, ZIF is given by Vi by Ia, that is equal to Zi into 1 plus A beta, or the as negative feedback is provided like voltage series feedback. Here the gain, the impedance is increasing. Previously without feedback the impedance was Zi. With feedback it is equal to that into 1 plus A beta, or this A means in this case it is equal to the amplifier is a voltage amplifier. That is why it AV, it is actually AV. Output is a voltage and input is a voltage. Therefore, this is a voltage gain amplifier. Therefore, A can be represented as AV, or the equation for the input impedance is equal to ZIF equal to Zi into 1 plus AV into beta, or the output impedance is, input impedance is increasing for a series mixing circuit. Whenever you are adding a voltage with this one, that is called mixing is series. In a series mixing circuit, the input impedance is increasing, and that is shown in another diagram like same thing here. This is the amplifier and with an input impedance, and here the voltage and and this is the output impedance, and the output voltage is taken out, and this feedback is this output feedback voltage Vf, which is equal to beta times V naught, that is added in series to the input voltage. The resulting voltage is coming at the input of the amplifier. Same diagram that is shown in another way. Therefore, this is a voltage series feedback in which the input impedance is increasing by an amount ZIF equal to Zi into 1 plus AB into beta. Now this is a current series feedback. What is the input impedance? As I explained the last slide here, in a series feedback circuit, the input impedance is increasing. In a series feedback, if the mixing is series, input impedance is increasing. Let us see in this case. Now here it is a current series feedback. Why it is called current? We are tapping the current from the output side. And it is series means you are mixing its voltage, you are adding with this one. Therefore, it's a series mixing and sampling is the current. That is why it is current series feedback. Let us see what is the input impedance. Now to calculate the input impedance, as I already explained, what is the input impedance is what is the input voltage divided by what is the input current. What is the input voltage? Let us see what is the input voltage. That is Vs is the input voltage. Vs divided by what is the current? II. This ratio we call it as the input impedance ZIF. Now if you see this voltage, the input to the amplifier, this one is equal to actually this voltage Vs minus Vf equal to this one. Or we can say that one here this voltage equal to this one plus this, or it is equal to Vi plus Vf. Vi plus Vf is the Vs, that divided by the input current, that is the input impedance, that is impedance looking from this side. Now here this Vi, here Vi, but Vf you will take the feedback voltage here, this is a feedback voltage, the input to the, we are sampling the current, that is the output current. I0 is the output current and the beta is the feedback factor. Therefore, beta is given by the Vf divided by I0, or Vf is given by beta times I0. Therefore, this voltage is given by beta times the output current. Beta times I0 is the voltage that is added in, added or that subtract actually. So polarity is minus and plus, that is subtracted from the input voltage, then so as to get a Vi at the input of the amplifier. Therefore, here it is equal to Vi plus beta times V0, that is beta times this voltage, here this voltage Vf is equal to beta times, actually it is equal to beta times, actually the current is sampling, it is a mistake, this is a beta times, actually that is equal to I0, actually this is a beta times I0, so we corrected like that, beta times I0 as not V0, it's a beta times I0. Therefore, this is equal to Vi plus beta times. Now, I0 is given by I0 is equal to this gain. This gain is, we call it as transconductance, because output is the current and input is the voltage. Therefore, this gain of this amplifier is called I0. This output current I0 divided by the input voltage Vi. Therefore, a current divided by voltage means it's a transconductance. Transconductance means Gm. Therefore, this amplifier gain is represented as Gm. Therefore, Gm into here, Gm into Vi, that is the output current I0. I0 equal to Gm into Vi. Therefore, this is actually beta times I0, as I told you know. This is beta times I0. You have to be corrected like that one. That I0 is given by Gm into Vi, or that is equal to Vi into 1 plus Gm into beta divided by Ii, or Vi divided by Ii is given by Zi. Therefore, the impedance with feedback is given by impedance without feedback Zi into 1 plus Gm into beta, where Gm is called the transconductance. Therefore, the impedance with feedback equal to Zi into 1 plus Gm into beta. Therefore, here also the impedance with feedback, the input impedance is increasing because of the negative feedback. In a series type of mixing circuit, the input impedance is increasing like this one. Therefore, for series mixing circuit, the input impedance is increasing, or ZIF is given by Zi into 1 plus Gm into beta, where Gm is the transconductance of this one and beta is the feedback factor, which is equal to output voltage divided by the input current, that is equal to V0 divided by Vf divided by I0. Therefore, that same thing is represented in as a diagram. This is the amplifier and here you are tapping the current and output is a voltage. This is a voltage, but this is a current. beta is equal to the Vf divided by I naught. Therefore, V naught is equal to beta times I naught. That is subtracted from this input. We'll be getting the input to the amplifier, and output is the current. Therefore, the input impedance is given with a current series feedback. Input impedance is equal to Zi into 1 plus Gm into beta. Input impedance is increasing by introducing a negative feedback circuit. Now let us derive the input impedance for a shunt mixing. That is, you are mixing the current. Input side, previously we have seen the voltage is mixing or series mixing. In this case, you are feeding back the current. It's called the shunt mixing. How the input impedance varies. In that, generally I can tell input impedance reduces in the case of a shunt mixing or shunt feedback. And here also it is a voltage shunt mixing, shunt feedback. Therefore, we are tapping the voltage information from the output, and input is the current. Therefore, here amplifier, as far as amplifier concerned, output is a voltage and input is the current. Therefore, voltage divided by current, the ratio is current resistance. That is why this amplifier we call it as trans resistance amplifier. This is a trans resistance amplifier represented by Rm that converts the current into the voltage. Output is the voltage and input is the current. And here voltage is taken to the feedback circuit and output is the current. And therefore, the input to the feedback network is the voltage and output is equal to current. Therefore, beta is given by here the current If divided by V naught. That is the feedback factor beta. Now coming to the equation for the input impedance, as we have seen here, since it is a shunt mixing, you can say that unlike the previous two cases, the input is a current source. Previously it was a voltage source. We are mixing that with a current, means it should be a current source. We are adding with the feedback current with not adding, it is actually subtracting. It's actually we are subtracting because of negative feedback. This signal is subtracted from this one. The resultant current is given to the input to the amplifier. Therefore, here the equation for the input impedance given by the input voltage Vi, that divided by the total current from the the source side. What is the current? Is. Or here again, Is is equal to the total current from the source is equal to whatever the current at the input of Ii plus what is the feedback current If. Therefore, Ii plus If equal to Is. Therefore, here the impedance with feedback of a shunt feedback circuit that given by the input voltage, that is Vi, that Vi divided by that current, that is this Ii plus what is the feedback current. Feedback current is nothing but beta times feedback voltage, beta times V naught. Beta times V naught, but V naught is given by it is equal to this input current Ii into Rm. Ii into Rm is the V naught. Substituting that one, we'll getting this is equal to 1 plus beta Rm into Ii. Therefore, Ii is taken outside. Vi divided by Ii into 1 plus beta times Rm, or Vi by Ii is equal to the impedance without feedback, Zi. Vi divided by Ii is called Zi. Therefore, impedance with feedback is given by impedance without feedback divided by 1 plus beta Rm. Therefore, the voltage gain, input impedance is reducing. Therefore, for a shunt type of mixing, the feedback circuit, the input impedance is decreasing from Zi to Zi divided by 1 plus beta Rm. Rm is called the trans resistance. That is the trans resistance, and beta is the feedback factor. Zi is the impedance without feedback. Therefore, same circuit is shown. This one voltage is taken from the output side, and input side you are pumping the current, because that is why we are considering a current source here. Here this current is subtracted from the input current. The resulting will be getting the input to the amplifier. That current is converted into voltage by a trans resistance amplifier. That voltage is given to the feedback circuit. Therefore, this is the same diagram shown as in terms of the equivalent circuit of this one transistor. Therefore, the input impedance of the transistor, and this is the voltage, and this is the output impedance of this one. Therefore, the input impedance with a shunt feedback circuit, input impedance is reducing. That is the general statement. Now, the one more case is there, that is called the current shunt feedback. Therefore, is again the mixing is the shunt. We are mixing the current, and the sampling is again current also. We are sampling the current and we are mixing it also current. Therefore, output is current as well as input is also current. Therefore, this amplifier is called I0 divided by Ia. This is called current gain, Ai. That is called the current gain. Ai is the amplifier, and here portion of the current is taken, and the feedback is equal to gain current, which is equal to the output current I0 divided by IF, or we can get IF is equal to beta times I0, that is subtracted from the source current IS, that is the resultant current II given to the amplifier, and that amplifier is a current gain amplifier. That output is given by I0, which is equal to the current gain AI into the input current II. Therefore, this is a negative feedback circuit with a current shunt topology, current shunt feedback circuit. Now let us see the input impedance in this case. Again, looking from the input side, it is a shunt operation because current you are subtracting from the input, source current to get an input current to the amplifier. That is why here impedance gets reduced. For the input impedance with feedback, ZIF is given by the input voltage, that is equal to the VI divided by the total current source current IS. The source current IS is given by the feedback current plus the input current II, IF plus II, that is substituted, and again VI divided by it is equal to II plus IF. What is IF? IF is given by, IF is equal to, from this equation, IF is equal to beta times I0. Beta times I0. Again, I0 is given by AI times II. Substituting that one, we will getting it is equal to II into 1 plus beta times AI, or the input impedance with feedback ZIF is given by input impedance without feedback ZI, because VI by II equal to ZI, that divided by 1 plus beta AI. This is the input impedance is reducing in the case of shunt type of mixing. For a current shunt feedback, the input impedance is reducing from ZI to ZI divided by 1 plus beta times AI. AI is the current gain of this amplifier, and beta is the feedback factor. Therefore, ZIF is equal to ZI divided by 1 plus beta times AI. Or for shunt type of mixing, the feedback circuit, the input impedance decreases. Generally, if the mixing is series, the input impedance is increasing, and if the mixing is shunt, the input impedance is reducing. That is for a negative feedback circuit. Therefore, the input impedance decides whether mixing is series or shunt. It does not depend upon the sampling. In this presentation, we will be seeing how the output impedance affects for these different types of topology of feedback circuits, like voltage shunt, voltage series, current shunt, current series, how it will affect the output impedance. That we'll be seeing in the next presentation.